Alright, welcome to another video from the chart readers. So as normal, we will start on the NASDAQ composite, looking at the daily, and we'll start on the top with our moving averages and our support and resistance lines. We will get to these lower indicators a little bit later, so for now, let me hide them. So where are we sitting, right? We had a really good 5-day week last week. However, Monday and Tuesday so far have been less than ideal. We definitely failed on this attempt on the 50, right? So we were pretty excited that we actually got this close to the 50 since the last time this happened was back in April, actually just at the end of the screen right here, right? However, you can see the 50 slapped us down, and really we got another little confirmation of that today, right? We now also have lost the 8 moving average, and we're just over the 20, right? You can see we tested it, but hey, at least we're kind of sitting in between these two. We also lost that 11.3 number that we've really been talking about, right? 11.3 was a pretty strong line. You can see it hit right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and even right here and right here actually, right? So bam, that line right there, that's a little on the high side. That's pretty much it right there, right? And again, we're not looking for exact numbers here, right? But 11.3 has been a pretty hard line, and it does look like we lost it today. You know, I'm going to look at the hourly too, because from what I remember, a lot of that happened at the end of the day, which is a little disappointing, right? So what needs to happen, right? Basically, we need to get over 11.3. I think if we can try to get back over the 8 as well, so what would that put us at? The high side of 11.3, right? But yeah, if we can close somewhere around 11.36, basically 100 points from where we're sitting today, we should have a little more confidence. But again, look, we might be back on the way to testing what I'm now calling our death line, right? We do not want to lose this line, because after that, it's just, I got to zoom out just to even see it, right? But it becomes a pretty hard fall from there, right? So, yeah, we do not want to lose this 10.8. I'm going to go into the hourly real quick because, again, and you can kind of see it here. So let me zoom in again. Oops. So today was the 12th. This was the first trading hour of the day. And you know, when I woke up, I saw all the pre-market numbers looking really bad, actually. So I expected a bad first hour, but it did end up doing this, right? It kind of started creeping back up towards the day. It really looked like we might end at a relatively neutral day, which I actually would have considered a victory. If it would have been a neutral day, you know, that would have been nice. However, you see, we basically lose it in the last 3 hours, right? It was rather disappointing to say the least, but yeah, it all kind of tailed out at the end. There was some life, you know, in the beginning hours, the middle hours, and then the end just creeped out. So a little disappointing to see, right? Let me zoom back out. Let's see what these lower indicators say. I know I kind of peeked at them before I hid them. So the MACD does look like it's now kind of starting to do this cave back down. Nothing drastic. I will say nothing drastic on the MACD yet, but again, it looks like the red is kind of starting to catch up to this green, and it kind of looks like the green might be tapering down. Excuse me. The RSI, yeah, it did look a little more dramatic. Let me kind of open these up a bit. So the RSI is definitely taking a bit of a dive down now, right? So it looks like the green line is continuing its trend down, and that red might be sitting above it for at least the next couple of days, right? I did mention the RSI sits between that 80 and 20 range, so don't be surprised if we kind of test that 30 line right there, right? And again, it kind of looks like, yeah, you can see the peak hits at the very end over there and roughly right here. So we've seen these high 20, low 30 numbers on the RSI before, right? So really, this 20 moving average, I think, will dictate a lot of what's going to happen. Hopefully we bounce and maybe stay in between the 20 and the 50. That would be really cool. Otherwise, if we lose the 20, there's almost no reason why we would not come down to this 10.8 number. So I could see, what is that, roughly 1100 saving us maybe not an immediate 400-point drop down to the line. I could see 1100 stopping us, but again, I think it's more about the 20 moving average and that 1100 number I just kind of showed. So, yeah, NASDAQ not looking great. I don't even need to look at the weekly, but we will. Yeah, we're definitely well below the green, right? We're now sitting again below the 8. It was nice that we closed above it yesterday, but that confirmation that we wanted just did not seem to matriculate. So let's take a look at the SP500, see if anything stands out here. Okay, so look at this. I would call out the fact that this pretty much landed, look at that, literally $2 off of our line, right? So we closed at 38.18. Wow, sorry about that. And my line was at 38.16, right? So literally $2 and what? 11 cents off of that. Not too bad, right? It gives you a good little bit of confidence on your lines when you're that close. So it looks like the SP500 was saved by our support line. You can also see the 20 right under it was another little reason that it got saved. So yeah, but overall it's kind of the same picture we're seeing here, right? We were on our way to the 50. Let me zoom out just a little bit more. We were on our way to the 50 moving average, right? That's the red line. We clearly failed it 2 days in a row. We've now lost the 8, and we're hoping to keep the 20. Again, we have this extra line here. The gap is a lot tighter on the SP500 and the Dow Jones, which we'll get to next, than the NASDAQ. But nonetheless, same story with the moving averages, MACD, and then the sharp declining RSI. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones, DJ30, Dow Jones Industrial. Literally the exact same story. I will say again, right, we had one less day of green with the Dow Jones. Again, I like when all three markets do the exact same thing. Green, 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 red, red, red. Don't give me 2 green, 1 red, 2 red, 1 green, right? I do not like that. So this has had 3 days of downtrend, and this one actually lost its support line. However, it's still above the 20, but below the 8. RSI, sharp decline. So same basic narrative across all three. Nonetheless, I think the caution is there, right? We need to hold the 20 across all three. We need to regain the 8 across all three. We do not want to come to our death lines, right? This one's 29.7. The other one, I don't know the SP500 number off the top of my head, is 3,632. And then the one I know by heart is that 10,844 for the NASDAQ. So let's stay away from the death lines. Let's hopefully regain the 8s and stay above the 20s, right? What else can we say? Be safe out there. If you haven't already, check out the website. You can catch any old videos on the archive page here. And then if you go to the bottom of the homepage, you can sign up for our email list. Everything is free, just an email address, and say you are not a robot. Be safe out there.